The massive Zyraxian warship materialized above Earth's atmosphere, its crystalline hull refracting sunlight in patterns that dazzled Earth's observation satellites. In the strategic command bunker beneath Mount Cheyenne, Commander Iris Khatri watched the alien vessel's arrival with carefully concealed satisfaction. Everything was proceeding exactly as planned. Their scan patterns indicate they're buying it, Lieutenant Raj Patel reported from his quantum monitoring station. The holographic infrastructure is holding perfectly. They're seeing exactly what we want them to see: primitive rocket technology, basic satellites, and lots of inefficient fossil fuel usage. Commander Khatri nodded, her dark eyes fixed on the main display. For 70 years, humanity had maintained this elaborate deception, waiting for this moment. The discovery of a crashed Zyraxian scout ship in the Atacama Desert in 1951 had changed everything, leading to the formation of the Terran Defense Initiative, a secret organization dedicated to preparing Earth for inevitable first contact. High above, the Zyraxian ship's commander, Supreme Executor VHEX, surveyed the holographic representations of Earth's supposed military capabilities with dismissive amusement. "Another primitive species," he commented to his subordinates. "They still rely on chemical rockets and nuclear fission. Prepare the standard subjugation protocols." What the Zyraxians couldn't detect was the vast network of quantum sensors embedded throughout the solar system, the massive underground manufacturing facilities on Mars, or the antimatter production facilities hidden within Mercury's core. Most importantly, they remained oblivious to Project Oracle, humanity's greatest technological achievement, concealed within Europa's icy depths. The next 12 hours unfolded according to a script humanity had rehearsed countless times. The Zyraxians broadcast their demands for Earth's surrender in multiple languages, demonstrating their supposed technological superiority through carefully calculated displays of force. They vaporized an uninhabited island in the Pacific, exactly where Earth's defense planners had predicted they would strike. In the United Nations Security Council chamber, Ambassador Thomas Okoro played his role perfectly, projecting exactly the right mixture of fear and awe as Executor VHEX delivered his ultimatum. "The Zyraxian Empire offers you protection and advancement in exchange for your complete submission. Resist, and your civilization will be reduced to ashes." "Please," Okoro pleaded, his performance flawless. "We need time to consult with all Earth's nations. Surely a civilization as advanced as yours understands the complexity of our political situation." VHEX granted them 48 hours, exactly as the behavioral models had predicted. The Zyraxians' psychological patterns hadn't changed in the 70 years since humans had begun studying them. Deep beneath the lunar surface, in a facility that didn't officially exist, Dr. Olivia Zhang made final adjustments to the quantum entanglement array that would coordinate humanity's response. "Phase 1 is complete," she reported to Commander Khatri. "The Zyraxians have committed exactly the predicted number of ships to the operation. They're convinced we're harmless." Throughout the solar system, hidden sensors tracked the positioning of the Zyraxian fleet, 12 warships, arranged in standard subjugation formation. It was a force capable of conquering a primitive civilization, but wholly inadequate for what they were about to face. "Begin Phase 2, Commander Khatri ordered. Across Earth, carefully orchestrated scenes of panic and military futility played out. Radar installations tracked phantom targets, armies mobilized to defend against non-existent threats, and politicians made impassioned speeches about humanity's resolve while secretly following the initiative's carefully crafted scripts. In his private chambers aboard the flagship, Executor VHEX reviewed the latest intelligence reports with growing satisfaction. Earth's militaries were responding exactly as expected: chaotic, uncoordinated, and hopelessly outmatched. Their most advanced weapons couldn't even scratch Zyraxian shields. This would be another routine conquest for the Empire's glorious expansion. What VHEX didn't know was that each apparent sign of human weakness was another strand in an elaborate web designed to trap his fleet. Every primitive missile launch masked the activation of a quantum targeting array. Every failed defensive measure concealed the deployment of temporal distortion fields that would prevent the Zyraxians from escaping. As the 48-hour deadline approached, Commander Khatri received the confirmation she had been waiting for. The entire Zyraxian fleet was in position, their ships arranged precisely where humanity's defense planners had predicted they would be. Now they just had to maintain the deception for 24 more hours, until Project Oracle could be fully activated. "Send the response to their ultimatum," she ordered. The message that went out was a masterpiece of calculated submission, filled with exactly the right amount of fear and resignation to convince the Zyraxians that their victory was assured. As she watched Executor V. Hex's satisfied reaction, Commander Khatri allowed herself a small smile. Soon, the galaxy would learn that humanity's apparent weakness had been its greatest weapon. The deception that had taken 70 years to craft was about to become the trap that would change the balance of power in the galaxy forever. Within Europa's crystalline depths, General Marcus Akanjo stood before the centerpiece of humanity's secret arsenal Project Oracle. The massive quantum warship stretched for kilometers through the artificial cavern, its dark hull absorbing light rather than reflecting it. 70 years of reverse-engineered alien technology, combined with humanity's own innovations, had produced something unprecedented in the galaxy's history. Final systems check complete, reported Chief Engineer Naomi Takeishi, her hands dancing across holographic controls. Quantum core stability at 100%, temporal shielding matrix online, all weapon systems primed and ready. Around them, thousands of technicians and crew members made final preparations. Every person in this facility represented the finest minds Earth had to offer, selected and trained in absolute secrecy. They were the true face of human technological advancement, hidden from both their own species and watching alien eyes. Status of the Helios Array, General Akanjo asked, his deep voice echoing through the command center. The massive solar energy collection system, disguised as natural formations on Mercury's surface, was crucial to their plans. Charged and ready, sir, Lieutenant Jade Wung responded from her station. We've accumulated enough power to maintain full combat operations for 6 months. The Zyraxians still believe we're dependent on fossil fuels. A quantum communication link flickered to life, displaying Commander Khatri's image from Earth. The Zyraxians have accepted our terms of surrender, she reported. They're beginning to deploy their resource extraction ships exactly as predicted. All 12 warships are maintaining standard oversight positions. General Akanjo nodded grimly, and our other assets. The Mars shipyards are ready. Admiral Hassan reports the stealth fleet is in position near Saturn. The quantum defense grid is fully charged. Commander Khatri's expression was fierce. We can begin Operation Stormbreaker on your command. Throughout the solar system, humanity's hidden strength stirred to life. Beneath the red sands of Mars, automated factories that had worked for decades in silence began final assembly of their products. In the rings of Saturn, hundreds of advanced warships waited in perfect stealth, their quantum signatures masked by the natural interference of the ice and rock. The Zyraxians remained oblivious. On their flagship, Executor V. Hex was already preparing reports of another successful conquest. Begin resource assessment of the third planet, he ordered. Standard extraction protocols. If the humans resist, a demonstration of our power should quickly resolve any confusion about their situation. In Europa's command center, Dr. Takeishi approached General Akanjo with a final update. Sir, Project Oracle's neural interface is online. The quantum AI is ready for integration with the command crew. This was humanity's greatest secret, not just advanced technology, but a fundamental leap in human-machine interaction. Project Oracle wasn't just a warship. It was humanity's first true cybernetic weapons system, capable of responding to threats at quantum speeds while maintaining human oversight. Commence neural synchronization, General Akanjo ordered, settling into the command chair. Neural interfaces activated, connecting his consciousness directly to the ship's systems. Around him, bridge crew members did the same, their minds joining in a carefully controlled network that would allow them to operate the massive vessel as if it were an extension of their own bodies. Through quantum communications, Commander Khatri's voice reached them. The Zyraxians have begun landing operations. They're deploying their first resource extraction teams near the former Pacific test site. Their fleet maintains standard defensive formation. Perfect, General Akanjo replied, feeling Project Oracle's systems respond to his thoughts. They've positioned themselves exactly where we need them. Begin Operation Stormbreaker on my mark. Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum transmitters powered up, preparing to send the signal that would coordinate humanity's response. In the Mars shipyards, thousands of autonomous combat drones activated. Near Saturn, Admiral Hassan's stealth fleet began powering up their temporal drive systems. Dr. Takeishi's voice carried a note of fierce pride as she reported, "All systems are go, General. Project Oracle is ready to reveal itself to the galaxy." General Akanjo took a deep breath, feeling the combined anticipation of his neural-linked crew. For 70 years, humanity had hidden its true strength, waiting for this moment. The Zyraxians thought they were dealing with a primitive species barely capable of reaching their own moon. They were about to learn how wrong they were. Commander Khatri, initiate the quantum defense grid. Admiral Hassan, begin your approach. All hands. General Akanjo's voice carried the weight of 7 decades of preparation as he gave the order that would change humanity's place in the galaxy forever. Launch Operation Stormbreaker. Deep within Europa's icy shell, massive doors began to open as Project Oracle prepared to emerge from its long hiding place. The time for deception was over. Now, the galaxy would learn the truth about humanity's power. Operation Stormbreaker began with invisible fire. Across Earth's atmosphere, the quantum defense grid activated, its energy signatures masked by the planet's natural magnetic field. In the Zyraxian flagship's command center, Executor Vhex's first warning was a sudden loss of contact with his ground teams. Report, he demanded, watching as communication links went dark across the planet's surface. What's happening to our extraction units? His sensor officer's response was cut short by a blinding flash from the direction of Jupiter's moon Europa. Where there had been only ice moments before, a massive vessel emerged, its hull seeming to drink in the light of the distant sun. Project Oracle had revealed itself at last. Through their neural interface, General Akanjo and his crew felt the great ship respond like a living thing. Target locks confirmed on all Zyraxian vessels, Lieutenant Wang reported, her consciousness merged with the targeting systems. Quantum disruption fields are active, they won't be able to escape into hyperspace. On the Zyraxian flagship, panic began to spread as sensor readings defied all known physics. Impossible, Vhex's science officer gasped. The energy readings, they're beyond anything in our database. This can't be coming from a primitive species. All ships battle formations, Vhex commanded, but it was already too late. From Saturn's rings, Admiral Hassan's stealth fleet decloaked, hundreds of advanced warships appearing seemingly from nowhere. The trap was complete. Commander Khatri's voice echoed through Earth's hidden command centers. Phase 3 initiated. Quantum grid is containing all Zyraxian communications. They can't call for reinforcements. The first shots of the battle were fired by ships that shouldn't have existed. Admiral Hassan's fleet launched a coordinated barrage of temporal torpedoes, weapons that didn't just impact their targets but briefly shunted them into alternate time streams, wreaking havoc on their structural integrity. 3 Zyraxian vessels disabled, Dr. Takshi reported through Project Oracle's neural network. Their shield technology can't compensate for temporal distortion. From Mars, swarms of autonomous drones emerged from hidden hangars, their quantum engines allowing them to cross the solar system in minutes rather than months. They surrounded the Zyraxian fleet in perfect attack formations, their coordinated movements guided by artificial intelligences far beyond anything the aliens had encountered. Executor Vhex watched in horror as his supposedly invincible fleet was systematically dismantled by weapons and technology that shouldn't have existed. This is impossible, he raged. They were primitive, we saw their technology level. Through Project Oracle's quantum communications, General Akanjo's voice reached every Zyraxian ship. You saw what we wanted you to see, Executor. For 70 years we prepared for this moment. Every sign of weakness was calculated. Every demonstration of primitive technology was orchestrated. You didn't find a primitive species today. You found humanity's trap. From the lunar base, Dr. Zhang activated the final phase of humanity's defensive systems. Quantum fields throughout the solar system shifted, revealing installations, shipyards, and weapons platforms that had been hidden in dimensional pocket spaces. The Mars shipyards shimmered into full view, their massive scale dwarfing anything in the Zyraxian Empire's industrial capacity. Your choices are simple, General Akanjo continued, as Project Oracle's weapons systems locked onto the Zyraxian flagship. Surrender and face justice for your attempted conquest, or be destroyed by the very primitives you sought to subjugate. In Earth's command bunker, Commander Khatri watched with grim satisfaction as the Zyraxian fleet's formation collapsed. Their attempts to return fire were met with temporal shields that sent their energy weapons spiraling into pocket dimensions. Their fastest ships found themselves trapped in quantum bubbles where time moved too slowly for escape. Multiple Zyraxian vessels are powering down weapons, Lieutenant Patel reported. They're signaling surrender. On the flagship's bridge, Executor Vhex faced the unthinkable. His mighty fleet, capable of conquering entire star systems, had been outmaneuvered and defeated in less than an hour. This is impossible, he whispered again, watching as Project Oracle's massive form eclipsed the sun. How could we have been so wrong? Through the neural interface, General Akanjo felt Project Oracle's systems singing with power. Humanity's greatest achievement had passed its first test, proving that 70 years of preparation and deception had been worth every moment. Executor V-Hex, he transmitted, prepare to be boarded. The era of Zyraxian expansion ends today. The era of human ascendance begins. The battle for Earth's solar system unfolded across space like a deadly dance of light and shadow. Project Oracle moved with impossible grace for a vessel of its size, its quantum-enhanced systems allowing it to predict and counter Zyraxian tactics before they were even executed. "They're attempting to concentrate fire on our port shields," Lieutenant Wang announced through the neural network. Before the words had even finished forming in her mind, Project Oracle had already adjusted its defensive matrix, creating a cascade of temporal duplicates that confused the Zyraxian targeting systems. Admiral Hassan's voice cut through the quantum comm. 5 more Zyraxian ships have surrendered. 2 are still resisting, attempting to break through the quantum containment field near Mars orbit. Through Project Oracle's sensors, General Akanjo watched as the 2 desperate Zyraxian vessels pushed their engines to maximum. Their crystalline hulls glowed with strain as they tried to generate enough power to punch through the quantum barrier that kept them trapped in normal space. "Let them try," Dr. Takshi commented, her consciousness merged with the ship's engineering systems. "Every attempt they make to breach the containment field provides us with more data about their technology." The battle had become a demonstration of just how thoroughly humanity had prepared. The Mars defense grid activated, revealing thousands of automated weapon platforms hidden beneath the red planet's surface. Temporal torpedoes streaked across space, their warheads creating localized bubbles where time itself became a weapon. On his flagship's bridge, Executor V-Hex watched in horror as another of his ships succumbed to weapons he couldn't even understand. "How?" he demanded of his science officer. "How did they hide all of this?" The answer came from Commander Khatri, her voice transmitted directly to his bridge. "We learned from your own technology, Executor. The scout ship that crashed in our desert 70 years ago taught us everything we needed to know about your capabilities. From there, we didn't just copy your technology, we transcended it." As if to emphasize her point, Project Oracle demonstrated its most devastating weapon. A quantum beam lanced out from its bow, striking one of the resistant Zyraxian ships. Instead of destroying the vessel, the beam separated it into quantum states, leaving the ship existing in multiple dimensions simultaneously. The crew found themselves unable to control a vessel that existed in several realities at once. "A mercy shot," General Akanjo transmitted. "Your crew will be able to evacuate before the quantum dissolution becomes permanent. The alternative is complete temporal dispersion." The remaining rebel ship, witnessing its companion's fate, powered down its weapons. Throughout the solar system, the last pockets of resistance crumbled. Humanity's victory was total and absolute. Admiral Hassan's fleet began the process of boarding and securing the surrendered Zyraxian vessels. The automated drones from Mars formed containment perimeters, their quantum sensors ensuring no hidden weapons or self-destruct systems could be activated. In Europa's command center, Dr. Takshi monitored the neural network status as the battle tension began to ease. "All systems performing perfectly," she reported. "The quantum core is stable, and we've only used 8% of our total energy reserves." Through Project Oracle's vast sensor array, General Akanjo observed the aftermath of humanity's first interstellar battle. Disabled Zyraxian ships hung in space, their once-proud crystalline hulls now dark and powerless. The Mars shipyards had decloaked completely, revealing construction facilities that dwarfed anything in the Zyraxian Empire. "Begin Phase 4, he ordered. "Commander Khatri, activate the quantum transmission array. It's time to send our message to the galaxy at large." Throughout the solar system, hidden quantum transmitters powered up. These devices, constructed in secret over decades, were capable of sending faster-than-light communications to every corner of known space. The message they would carry would change the galaxy's balance of power forever. "Transmission ready," Commander Khatri confirmed from Earth. "The quantum array is aligned, all channels are open." General Akanjo's voice, carried by technology that should have been impossible for a primitive species to possess, reached out to the stars. "To all spacefaring civilizations within range of this transmission, I am General Marcus Akanjo of the Terran Defense Force. Today we revealed ourselves by defeating a Zyraxian invasion fleet. This demonstration was necessary to establish a simple truth: humanity will no longer tolerate the threat of alien aggression." Project Oracle's sensors detected the ripples of panic spreading through nearby star systems as the transmission reached them. The quantum feed carried visual data as well, showing the defeated Zyraxian fleet and humanity's revealed technological might. "We have remained hidden, watching and preparing," General Akanjo continued. We have observed how the strong prey upon the weak in this galaxy. That era ends today. Earth is declaring itself a protected zone. Any aggressive action against our world or our interests will be met with the full force of our technological superiority. As the transmission concluded, Dr. Takshi reported an incoming flood of quantum communications from various alien civilizations. They're requesting diplomatic contact, sir. The galaxy has noticed us at last. General Akanjo allowed himself a small smile. Route all diplomatic inquiries to Ambassador Rossi's office. Phase 4 of Operation Stormbreaker is complete. Now comes the hard part, reshaping the galaxy's political landscape. 1 month after Operation Stormbreaker, Ambassador Diana Rossi stood in the newly constructed Galactic Assembly Chamber on Luna. The massive dome, built with quantum-engineered materials that seemed to defy physics, hosted representatives from 27 spacefaring civilizations. Below the transparent floor, Earth hung like a jewel in space, a constant reminder of what humanity had protected. The terms are non-negotiable, she stated, her voice carrying the weight of Earth's demonstrated power. The Zyraxian Empire will withdraw from all conquered territories. Their subjected worlds will be given the choice of independence or membership in the new Galactic Concordat. Executor V. Hex, now serving as the Zyraxian Empire's lead negotiator, had lost his earlier arrogance. You cannot simply rewrite centuries of established galactic order, he protested, but his voice lacked conviction. We already have, Ambassador Rossi replied, gesturing to the holographic display showing Project Oracle in orbit. Humanity spent 70 years preparing not just to defend ourselves, but to fundamentally change how civilizations interact among the stars. In the observation gallery, General Akanjo and Commander Khatri watched the proceedings with satisfaction. The neural interface allowed them to simultaneously monitor diplomatic feeds from across the galaxy. Dozens of formerly oppressed species were declaring their independence, protected by the umbrella of Earth's technological superiority. The Andromeda Accord is ready for signing, Lieutenant Patel reported through the quantum network. 17 civilizations have already agreed to the terms. The accord represented humanity's vision for the galaxy, a framework for cooperation rather than conquest. Earth's revelation of its quantum technology had shattered the old power structures, forcing even the most aggressive empires to reconsider their positions. Dr. Takshi's voice joined the neural link from Europa. The first technology sharing protocols are ready. We're prepared to begin helping developing civilizations advance under the safety protocols established by the Concordat. This was perhaps humanity's most revolutionary proposal, controlled technological advancement for all species, preventing the strong from dominating the weak. Project Oracle had demonstrated that humanity's quantum science had surpassed anything known in the galaxy, making Earth the de facto arbiter of this new order. The galaxy stands at a crossroads, Ambassador Rossi continued, addressing the assembled representatives. The old way of conquest and subjugation has ended. Earth offers a new path, controlled advancement, mutual protection, and guaranteed sovereignty for all member worlds. Through quantum feeds, billions of beings across thousands of worlds watched as history was made. The Galactic Concordat took shape, transforming the political landscape of known space. Earth, the supposedly primitive world that had revealed itself as a technological superpower, became the cornerstone of a new galactic civilization. In the lunar shipyards, Dr. Zhang supervised the construction of the first diplomatic vessels. These ships, equipped with simplified versions of Earth's quantum technology, would be gifted to member worlds of the Concordat. The first wave of ships will be ready within the month, she reported through the neural network, each one a symbol of the new order. Ambassador Rossi felt a deep satisfaction as, one by one, the representatives stepped forward to sign the accord. Even the Zyraxians, their empire crumbling as liberated worlds declared independence, had no choice but to accept the new reality. Let the record show, she announced, that on this day the Galactic Concordat is established. Earth stands ready to help guide all willing civilizations into a new era of peace and advancement. The signing ceremony concluded with a demonstration that left no doubt about humanity's commitment to maintaining this new order. Project Oracle, accompanied by a fleet of newly revealed warships, performed a synchronized quantum jump that took them to every member world simultaneously. The message was clear: Earth could project its power anywhere at any time to protect the peace. In the aftermath, General Akanjo met with Commander Khatri in the lunar observation deck. 70 years of preparation, he mused, watching the diplomatic ships depart for their home worlds. Did you ever imagine it would end like this? Khatri smiled, her eyes on the quantum display showing real-time feeds from across the galaxy. Not an ending, General. This is just the beginning. Humanity didn't just protect itself, we've changed the very nature of galactic civilization. As if to emphasize her point, reports flowed in through the neural network. Former slave worlds celebrating their freedom, oppressed species emerging from hiding, ancient empires reforming their governments to comply with concordat regulations. Earth's revelation of its true power had unlocked something far greater than military victory. It had created hope. The deception is over, Ambassador Rossi transmitted through the quantum network. Now comes the real challenge, living up to the expectations we've created. Earth must become not just a military power, but a beacon of progress for all species. In orbit around Earth, Project Oracle remained vigilant, its quantum sensors watching the stars. Humanity had emerged from hiding to take its place among the stars not as conquerors, but as guardians of a new age. The galaxy would never be the same, and that was exactly what humanity had spent 70 years planning for.